Hi everyone and welcome back. Now, it's been a while and I have been not really on social media in general that much over the last, I want to say 2 months. So I thought a little bit of a catch up was in order, especially given the fact that I'm filming in a house that's not my own, that's not even in the country. I feel like we've got a lot to catch up on. I actually put a question box on my Instagram, but it was about a month ago now, so I feel like some of the questions might be a little bit out of date. I'm gonna have a look through and I'm gonna answer them all anyway, but if they need kind of like updating or if I can make them more relevant in any way, then I certainly will. I also don't have any chopsticks, so I'm gonna be eating my sushi with a fork. I keep coming back onto YouTube and promising that I'm gonna upload, and the honest truth is that I've just not felt like it. I filmed about 4 different videos and it just comes across like you can tell. It's not that I don't want to be filming, but you can tell that my heart's not in it for whatever reason. I've literally filmed about 3 or 4 hauls and gone to edit them, looked back and just thought, it's just nowhere near my best work. And I know lots of people watch me because I'm usually quite energetic and I'm usually quite funny. And if that doesn't come across in a video, then why are you gonna want to watch me? Do you know what I mean? Anyhow, I mean, lots of them are centered around one specific thing, which I'm gonna go into, but I kind of don't want it to be the first thing I go into. Someone asked, why did I leave my old job? So I'm not 100% sure if that many people know. I think if you follow my Instagram, you could definitely tell because, oops, you can see that I'm working in a new building. You can see that I'm doing different types of work. So I just got that all over the table. So essentially I was working in a estate agency before, and I really did enjoy the job. I really enjoyed the company, really enjoyed the people I worked with. I just didn't feel like there was much progression there for me. Not because I wasn't doing well, but because there just wasn't gonna be much opportunity to move up. It wasn't really gonna work there anymore. And I loved everyone I worked with. I really enjoyed the job. I'm the nosiest person ever. So to be able to look around other people's homes was so fun. I kid you not, some of the things you'd walk into were interesting to say the least, but it was just a massive eye-opener. What I do now is I now work in recruitment, so it's obviously a lot harder work than what I was doing before, a lot longer hours because you get out as much as you put in, if that makes sense. So the harder you work, the more deals you'll make, the more commission you'll make, and ultimately the more money you make. So it's one of those jobs where you just have to work extremely hard if you want to do well in it. And to be honest, I'm really enjoying it. I work in, actually I'm not going to tell you exactly where I work. I work in Spinningfields in Manchester, so it's a really nice area. There's loads of nice restaurants and everything around. If you know Manchester, you know where Spinningfields is. Lovely area, the office buildings are stunning, there's so many amenities, all that kind of stuff. And the job itself is really interesting. It's in the like national security and defense sector, so we recruit lots of people for like government projects and whatnot. So it's really interesting, but it's really hard. That's what I do now. Really enjoy it. It's really hard work. I mean, it's bank holiday today and I did a couple of hours of work this morning. But as I said, if you work hard, you tend to get more out of it. So it's very much worth it in that respect for me. You mentioned in your previous video that you're going to Geneva. Who are you going with and how long for? So this was probably about 6 weeks ago that I did these questions, to be fair, because about 5.5 weeks ago, I came to Geneva for the first time, which is where I am now. I'm just like inside France, but just across the border from Geneva, if that makes sense. So my boyfriend lives here. Surprise! I mean, if you follow my Instagram, it is common knowledge that I have a boyfriend now because, I don't know, I feel like I've soft launched it quite well. I told myself this relationship here would not be going on social media at all, but I've kind of done the whole private but not secret relationship. Do you know what I mean? Like posting photos. I mean, it's my lock screen, so that's cute, but posting photos like that, do you know what I mean? Just because my last relationship was very public and he was plastered all over my social media all the time. But yeah, my boyfriend lives in France, so that's why I came over. I call it Geneva, even though it's not Geneva, because Geneva's in Switzerland. I'm fully aware of that. I know I probably sound like a right idiot. Oh my God, I just destroyed this bit of sushi bear. So yeah, I spend quite a lot of time in Geneva at the moment. Tom spends a lot of time in Manchester at the moment as well. I don't want to give you too much information because, as I said, I do want to keep it somewhat private. But yeah, I'm really happy. I literally told myself after my last relationship that I wasn't going to get into a relationship for at least a couple of years because I just didn't want the bother. I really didn't want the hassle. I had so much going on and the relationship was like the last bit of stress that I needed. But I have not felt an inch of stress since being in this relationship, and that's exactly how it should be. And I think that's one major difference between this one and the last one, is that I am genuinely so happy. We don't really disagree about anything, which is quite surprising given I'm quite opinionated, but it just works. So yeah, I'm actually at Tom's family's house right now and everyone's at work because it's a bank holiday and I'm just chilling. We're going to Lyon tonight to see Tom's sister and her boyfriend, which would be really nice. Next question, please. Tell us more about your new job. I feel like I already have. Do you have any more holidays coming up? I guess so. I mean, I count Geneva as a holiday. It's only to come and see Tom. How offensive is that? It's to come and see Tom, but in my eyes, it's still catching a flight. I'm still getting some sun. It's still a holiday to me. Do I have any other holidays booked in at the moment? No, but I've got some more ideas. But realistically, I have been away. I think this is trip number 6 of 2022, so I kind of need to rein it in a bit now. So I did Barcelona on my own in January. I did skiing with my mum in February. That's kind of how I met Tom, but I'm gonna go into that in a different video because I'm not ready to talk about that yet, but it's very cute. March, I was in Paris. I don't know if I went away in April. May, I did Geneva and Milan. Milan was unbelievable. If you've not seen the vlog, go and watch it because it's so funny and so chaotic. And then this is trip number 6. I'm in Geneva again, and in 2 weeks time, I'm coming back to Geneva, so great. I've also got Park Life next weekend, and I don't know whether to try and vlog that or not. I mean, I feel like it might just be a bit chaotic to try and vlog, but it would be funny, wouldn't it? I just would not take my camera. There's actually not a chance in hell. No way. If you could change one major decision in your life, what would it be? Many, darling. Do you know what? I don't know. This is a very difficult question and it's gonna take some thinking time. I guess the obvious one would be university, because obviously I went there for a year, kind of wasted my time because I didn't finish uni. Oh, that's soy sauce as well. I need to start eating this sushi a little bit more. I'm kind of just staring at it, but it's really good. It's actually really tasty. Yeah, I guess uni would be the obvious one, although I don't regret going because I met some really good friends. I really gained a lot of independence. Not really out of choice, because in the this was the 3rd lockdown, I went back to uni and I was under the impression that everybody else was going to be going back to uni at the same time, and they just didn't. So obviously I was like, what the hell, because I'm now here mostly on my own. So I was actually living on my own, I'd say, for a good month. I was not ready by any stretch to live on my own, and it was the most hideous, most depressing time of my life, and that's not me being dramatic, it was horrendous. But I truly think if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have the independence I do now, because now I'm literally gagging to live on my own. I love my new roommate. That's another thing I need to speak about. I love my new roommate, she's so sweet. I love living with Maya as well, but I just would love to live on my own, and I'm so ready for it. I ultimately want to move back to France, I think. You could probably guess why, but I wanted to live in France before, and my mum and dad have always said to me, they were like, you suit France so much, it's like a much better lifestyle for you. And I do agree, like the lifestyle here is just so much nicer. It's so much like slower paced. You get more time with your families, your loved ones, everything like that. I mean, I know you can get that in England as well, but the norm is a lot more sociable, it's a lot more family orientated, and it's a lot more like mentally healthy. That might just be a massive overgeneralization, but in my experience, because obviously I have lived here before, that was the whole vibe, and it was just phenomenal. So ultimately I did want to move back to France anyway. I didn't know when, I didn't really have a reason to. Now I kind of have a reason to, but I'm really happy in my job, so I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what the kind of feasibility of it is anytime soon, but it's probably like in the next few years I'll move back to France. So between now and moving to France, I'll probably live on my own for a little bit. I just don't know when. I feel like with me, you guys have probably seen this as well, the way I literally drop out of uni, move to the other side of the country. I don't really think things through, but they always work out. For all I know, I could be living in France this time next year. It's not likely, but it's certainly possible with my, how should we say this? what's the word? Imperativeness. No, it's the word for when you don't think things through. You just do them. Impulsiveness. I am the CEO of impulsiveness. And I love it. So far, it's not wronged me, so yeah. I think the last thing I'm going to talk about is actually my new roommate. I mean, she's not even new by any kind of stretch of the imagination now, because we've been living together since February. That's how long that I've not sat down and given you guys like a full update of my life. So yeah, I have a new roommate. She's called Andrea. She's lovely. Essentially, Maya just wanted to move back to Oxford, I think. We found someone else for me to live with. Still living in the same flat, as you've probably been able to see. That flat is literally my happy place. I love it so much. The view's incredible, the vibe's incredible. The fact that we've got so much wardrobe space, like we've both got a walk-in wardrobe and an ensuite, is just, I don't know how I'm ever gonna be able to move into a house or an apartment that doesn't have a walk-in wardrobe now. I think about this quite a lot. I have so many clothes, like they're spilling out of my walk-in wardrobe. Do you know what I mean? I have 2 massive rails. I have 1, 2, 3, I think I have about 10 cubby holes, some of which are full of boxes of tops. And then I have a chest of drawers, and then I have 2 bedside tables which are full of clothes as well. So that's a future problem, isn't it? It's very much giving Kim there's people dying in the world. I think I'm gonna have to go now and scoff this sushi because time's getting on and we need to leave soon. So I'm gonna eat this sushi now, probably do a little bit of work, and then I will catch up with you guys in a bit. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has offered a little bit of clarity on my life because, as I say, it's chaos. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the lack of presence on YouTube recently, but I hope you've enjoyed this and I will see you in the next video. Bye.